What's up, everybody? It's ET, and we are on the 31st episode, which we'll be doing is playing with some input in the game Sand City. So last time, what we did was episode. Oop, oop. Give me a sec. Sorry, forgot to set everything up. Okay. Oh yeah. So last time, we worked on when you drag your mouse across the screen on first person mode, you'll kind of write in the sand. So, and I'll demonstrate that here. So if I hit play on here, I'll get my third person character controller, and then like say I wanted to draw something in the sand, I just switch over to my first person character controller. I can still move around, but and I can write in the sand. So this is me writing in the sand. Let's go somewhere else. Maybe I can make something better. Something like this. I'll just write the word hi. And so one of the big problems right now is that when I drag across the sand, you see it's very bumpy. It's not very smooth. And so what we're going to do is interpolate, or like make a line as you drag. So that's the purpose of this episode. Alright, so let's get started. And yeah, before I do, let me just pop out this chat. However I do it. Oh, wrong one. Nope, nope, nope. Let's do that one. Pop out chat. Sweet. Alright, cool. Just so I have it here, ready to go if someone needs me. Okay, yes, so let's get started. I did a little OneNote. I was doing like maybe 15-20 minutes of drawing beforehand, maybe even more. So hopefully that updates in just a second. Is it syncing? Yeah, it's syncing. Oh, it's called ion, and that's not what it is. It's interpolation. Alright, so interpolation. So right now, when I press a button, it just makes a little box, and you drag that box around. And that box could be 1 pixel, 2 pixel, 4 pixel, 100 pixel, whatever. I'm going to do a little bit of changing for the finger draw. First of all, I'm going to make it circular. I'm not going to make it square. So the first thing I'm going to do is just like, hey, if it's 1 pixel, make it this 1 pixel. If it's 2 pixel, make something like this. I kind of misdid it here. When it's 2 pixels, it should just be a 2 by 2. And so possibly every single square will be filled on the 2 by 2. Anyway, if you move over all the way to here, the formula is we'll get the center of the box, no matter what it is. So if we have if we have like 11 by 11, this would be 5.5 by 5.5. And then we're just going to check if the distance of that pixel from the center of the square to the center of the circle is less than the radius. And if it is, go ahead and put a 1 in it. So that is my first goal, my first thing. And then later we'll go on trying to make basically get both points, and then also get the distance to the line, and hopefully it makes everything within that 1 by 1. So that is what I'm going to do now. Keyard, hey, welcome to the stream, man. Alright, so where do we get started? I guess let's just go look at our functions. So this is going to be under terrain actions. Okay, yep, that looks good. Alright, so this is our terrain actions. I'm going to close everything else but our terrain actions. Close all but this. It says I already made a change. I don't even know what it was. If I undo? Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, okay, terrain actions. What are we doing? What are we doing? Alright, so I'm just rename this right now to draw, finger draw. Finger draw. Alright, so now we just want to make this circular. To make this circular, oh, well, first let me just prove that it's a square. So right now, what we're doing is we're getting a square. So when we say terrain.getHeights, we get a square of, basically here's the center. We go center minus half the dig size, and center plus half the dig size. So you get those two. And then same with the up and down, so we get the square around the center. And then all we do is just say, hey, you're gonna be you're just gonna be your original height minus dig rate. and then we just set it right back in there. So that's all we're doing. But we don't want it square, we want it circular. So when we get this, we kind of want to just affect the circle part of it. We don't need to affect the what am I trying to say? We don't need to affect the outer edges, I guess, the non-circled part of it. So if I looked at the OneNote, like I just want to affect this part inside the circle, not this pixel or that pixel and that pixel and that pixel. So okay. To do that, we're going to make like an array mask, and the array mask is going to be the exact same height and width of the array that we just got. So okay, let's go. So right now we have width, height, half dig size. So I think all we need to know is half dig size, but in this instance we don't want to make it an int. We're going to make it a float. So everyone's going to start yelling at us, and that's okay. We'll work through it. And in this case, I might just do this again. Half dig size, half int dig size, and then we can just say that's the int of half dig size. Yeah, and we want to make this the floor of that. So we got the true half dig size here and the int half dig size here. Oh, and then, we got to put this in parentheses. Okay. And then we're going to use the half int dig size instead of the half dig size to get the... Alright, so that should be exact same code. All I did was just get one more variable. Okay, so we got the half dig size. So half dig size is the center of the circle, right? So since we got the center of the circle, we got this part, we got that part. But now we need the diameter, or the radius actually. We need the radius. So the float radius will be, oh yeah, half dig size. Interesting, interesting. So this is actually radius. And so since we got the radius, the center is going to be radius, which makes sense. So let's go ahead and just make that, even though I don't know if we need it yet or not. Is going to equal new vector 2 radius. Okay. What's Keyart sending me? A Dropbox. That's what's that guy's name? Justin Long, right? Yeah. Well, now that my hairstyle's all kind of weird and I got glasses, I'm sure I'm kind of looking different. But cool. Yeah, very nice. Okay. So we got the center. Yep, so we got the center, we got the radius. Now we got to see if the current pixel I'm at is going to be half the distance. No, if it's within the circle that I'm going to draw, which is within the radius, okay? So here we go. So we have the center. We have, okay, so we're going to make another array. In the array, int height width is going to equal heights, basically get length 0. I already see I screwed up the next part, which is okay. Height it's kind of a weird name. Get length 1, and that's it. And then all we do is heights width. We just kind of do it here. Heights width and heights height. So we're just kind of refactoring some stuff because we're going to use it multiple times. Heights heights, heights width, and that looks good. This one's going to be an hour. It's not going to be a very long one. I got a friend coming over in just a bit, so it's not going to be a very long one. It's more of just a techie start one. Okay, so we got the center, we got the width and the height. So now we can make our own like other array, which is going to be this one's going to be an int, because in fact I'm going to make it a bool array. And you'd be like, a bool array? So this is really just going to be used for a mask. So I could make it an int, I could make it a float, but what I'm going to do is I'm just going to chop off the edges and then leave the circle behind. Yeah, so I said that, but I'm going to make it an int. And I'm going to make it an int because, yeah, we're doing changing tool size. So we're doing multiple things. I'm making this a circle instead of a square. So I'm changing the tool shape and changing the tool size. Yeah, you can say that. And then basically I want to also interpolate between like 2 points. So as I'm drawing, I don't want that like jagged thing. I want it to be smooth. So I'm going to be drawing between two updates basically. So this is update 1, update 2, and then this is the draw around it. Okay, so but now we're just working on making it a circle. So that's why we got the center, and now we're going to make a mask to get the pixels that are in the circle. So int array, you're going to be, I'm just going to call you mask. And so mask is going to be a new int array, new int array. I hate that. I hate when the stream dies. Hate it when stream dies. Who do I blame? Is that my internet service provider, or is that like Twitch? I don't know. Hate it. Hate it, hate it, hate it. Anyway, I'm back. So what we did is we made a new array, same width and height of the mask, and now we're gonna go loop through it. And I could just kind of probably do this exact same thing. Alright, so for every value and all of that, what are we going to do? We're going to check the distance if the vector2.distance between center and alright, so center is the radius. I'm just going to say center and new vector2 ij is what, less than radius. Then go ahead and say mask 0, nope, mask ij equals 1. So basically you're gonna have this int array of all zeros, and if your distance from the center to that point is what am I trying to say? Center to the point is less than radius. Go ahead and add it to the mask. So make it 1. And so now that you have the mask, all you got to do is you just say this times let me think. So we're going to say, oh, dig rate times the mask. And that way, if it is in the mask, do the whole dig rate. If it's not in the mask, just 0 times dig rate. So heights ij will basically equal heights ij. And maybe that's it. What do you want? Mask. Method name expected. Oh, I did the wrong bracket. Something like that. So that looks good. Oh, key art, if you get that thing, whatever it is, you gotta tell me what it is. Even if you just gotta tell me privately or something, dude. I'm so excited about whatever you're about to get. because I know you're gonna get it. I know it. Alright, so here we go. Heights ij minus dig rate times mask ij. Cool. So, is that it? Is that all I need to do? I'm gonna just make a, okay, so this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna modify the scripts a little bit more. What am I trying to do? Go to Unity. Where's Unity? Here's Unity. Alright, so on the input first person, wherever that is, input first person, instead of mouse, let's just get mouse button down. So I only do one change, one like tick of the update, just so we can see if that circle's coming through or not. And how much? I've been in 16 minutes? Alright, so I got maybe another 30 minutes to 40 minutes. Alright, so if I press my mouse, it's only going to do one little tick and it won't do more. And it's so light that I can't even see what's going on. And it might not even be working. Who knows? Alright, so vector to distance would be, alright, so radius, oh, if radius, I bet you like, sorry, I'm just thinking. Yeah, you should have had that on just a different computer or something, a dedicated computer just sitting there, not doing anything but just staying on that site. And then turn off all your power settings and standby and all of that. Okay, so there might be some problems, and I think the first problem is I'm using a, what's the brush size is basically what I'm trying to figure out first. Top down camera, no, terrain dig. Dig size is 1, so it's 1 pixel. So let me just pretend I'm going through this code with 1 pixel. So radius will be 0.5. So the radius would be 0.5, right? This should be 0. So I should get basically x base, y base, 1, 1. Alright, so I'd get basically an array of 1. Width and height should be 1, 1. Okay. Do you have a save, load, new beach option yet? I do not, man. Dude, everything I do right here on the stream, and you've been at most of them, so yeah, I am going as fast as the stream's going. So okay, radius is 0.5, 0.5. I have a new 1, 1 mask. So for my 1, 1 mask, is the distance between 0.5, 0.5 ij less than radius? It's not, because the distance between 0.5, 0.5 and 0 is 0.5, which is equal to radius. So maybe I'll just say equals here. And then that way at least we can see the one little point update. So alright, we go over here. I'm just clicking a lot just to see. Yeah, I need to work on some of that stuff. Man, I don't see anything. Let's just do dig rate equals 1. Yeah, nothing's happening still, so let's see what's happening. So we have the mask. Hopefully this makes sense. 0, 0, 0 to 0.5, 0.5. Oh, even that's gonna be, oh crap. Yeah, it's not even equal to radius, because 0, 0 to 0.5, 0.5 is like more than 0.5, 0.5. So when you have 1 pixel, this won't work. At least not exactly. So alright, but it should be pretty close if you have like a 3 pixel, oops. Let's go over here. Let's make like dig size 10 or something. There you go. So hopefully that's a circle. I can't tell though from here. I probably need to make this bigger, like 30. Yeah, so that looks like a circle. Whatever I'm doing here, I think that looks like a circle, right? Yeah, I think that's a circle. It's got, yeah, that's a circle. Okay, that looks pretty good. Kiar's asking if I would like any small models made, like shells or something. I mean, I I'm very hesitant to ask anyone uh, anything because I don't know. I'm not one to take stuff from people, but if you're offering, man, I would love to have small models and stuff. Like, I'm okay asking them from my family and stuff, dude, but like, I don't know you very well, so I hate asking you to do things for me. I'm just doing this for your entertainment more than whatever. But yeah, dude, if you're willing, I am willing. Cool. So yeah, man, if you have like a shell or something or just anything, frisbee. I think I'm gonna have a frisbee in this game that I can kind of throw around. That'd be awesome. All right, so yeah, it is a circle and it looks pretty good. Let's go ahead and just keep going then. So we got the circle code working. So that's great. But it won't work with one. So what I'm gonna do is mask is this if what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? I think if dig size is greater than 1, then do all of this. Else oh yeah, you don't know which else. So let's go ahead and put some parentheses. So this is one code, and this now we know which else this is, and this will be mask 0 0. We got to make an else if dig size dig size equals 1, 2 equals. We could say 0 0 is gonna just equal 1. So this is kind of just the edge case where I'm gonna help out the mask for just a 1 pixel thing. So now if I even replay this, hopefully even my 1 pixel modification will still work. I think so. Oh yeah, but it's only I only have it on mouse down, but you can see it's working. It's all those little dots happening. Okay, cool. So I fixed my 1 by 1. If I made this 2, it should work, but it might just be 1 pixel big now, or it's 2, and it has all. It's basically a little square now. But then if I made it something big like 10, that should be circular. Bam. Cool. So that's good. We got the circle working. We got circles. It'll be a Blender file, but I can export as the whole wide range of things. Yeah, dude, a Blender file's fine. Yeah, I think FBX is what I'm gonna try to use exclusively in the game. So if you got FBXs, dude, that would rock. All right. Cool. So we got a circle. So let's go on with what my plans were for this stream. So we got a circle. Now, I'm gonna enable the. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna enable the hold down, click, and drag around part. Or no, you know what? I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna leave it like you have to click each time. And so now I'm gonna like click one place, click another place, and then we should see a line or something happen. But for now, it'll be just 2 circles that will happen. But I want to draw a line between it. So how are we gonna do that? Okay. So like I'm getting last position, I might also get last. Oh, so I have last position. That is awesome. So I have last position, I have current position, and we know last position doesn't equal current position, so that's wonderful. Okay, okay. I'm digging it. I'm digging it. So here we go. This is what we're gonna do. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm just thinking. So this is, we're gonna make this check 1. Check 1 has a different name later, but check 1 is what we'll do for now. Check 2 is gonna be sorry, yeah. Check 1 is basically, hey, is it within the circles? And so we're gonna do check 1 between radius height, width, math, height, mask. I'm not there yet. You know what? I am not there yet. Let's undo all this for now. Okay, I'm not there yet. What I need to do is, so now we have two different points in space. What I want to do is I want to make it basically a bigger square. So I want to get a square from this point to that point. So, crap, that means we're going to have to change our code kind of drastically here. And before I do that, I think I want to commit my git, because it's just been a long time since I committed my git, and I have a bad habit of not doing that. So let me do that. So I don't even know the last time, the 22nd of August. So it's already been a week since I've did this, which is horrible. This is not good practice. All right, where do I go? This is my working copy. Here we go. I'm not gonna get that. I'm not gonna take these mocap things. Oh, but let's sort it by alphabet, if you don't mind. Where is it? Sort by path alpha. Yeah, okay. Cool. So not going to get the asset. I'll definitely get the readme. The to do, I don't really think I did anything. So what I'm going to do is select these two, and I'm going to just say remove. Yeah, I didn't really use that. So raw mocap I'm not using. The animation controllers totally using. Oops, I did not mean to do that last one, although I probably need it. So now let's just go through it. Sand. Yeah, so those three are good. The mocap stuff I am ignoring, so I can kind of just scroll down right past that and kind of, okay, here we go. Scene 1 Unity sounds good. Yep, those scripts are good. These scripts are good. Let's just kind of scroll down. Everything else, those scripts are good, those scripts are good, those scripts are good. Yep, so everything else below here, it looks good. I think I got it. And then, yeah, the rest, what's left behind is mocap and the terrain. I don't need to back up the terrain because I'm not really too worried about that. Okay, that looks fine. The commit message is going to be did about a week's worth of streaming and made some changes to animation, movement, cameras, input, etc. And with that, I'm going to push it, commit. I should be doing this between every episode, but I am not. But before I get crazy and ruin all my code, here I am. Okay, so now instead of trying to get just a square around the circle, or square, or, you know, whatever, I have that center point and getting a square around it. I don't want to get that. I want to compute a bigger square. I want to get a square between basically both points, and I want to get the minimum and minimum, maximum of the square between both points, and then I'm going to draw two circles and get the distance between it. So basically this picture right here, I'm going to get this point, I'm going to make a square around it, and I might even make a buffer around it, but that's later. That green stuff's later. I just want this red square around it first. So I'm going to get the minimum, maximum, maximum. Okay, so how do we do that? This is how we do it. Okay, we're gonna have to get a whole bunch more variables, and at the end of the day, I'm gonna want heights, so that's easy. We'll do it all right here, and then we'll make it its own. You know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. I don't know what I'm saying, but you know what I'm saying. Alright, so here we go. We got last position. Or here, let's get the int. Or do we get a float? Let's get a float. Minimum. Yeah, float. Minimum position. Min x. Yeah, okay, sorry. Vector 2 min, which is going to equal. Alright, now we'll just do it here. Min x is going to be the minimum between the two x's. So it's going to be math f dot min between, and I'll make some space here, just so you can see the code that we're working on. Min x is the minimum between last position dot x and minus dig size or minus radius would be more accurate. And what's the current position? Point on terrain dot x minus radius. So this is going to be the min x. The min y is just the same thing, but with y. And then we do the max. So I'm going to say vector2 min max, right? And max dot x is going to be math f dot max. Yep, there you go. And now we're just going to do everything plus radius. Max x is going to be max y. Last position dot y. Radius y. Alright, let me keep it looking in time. 30 minutes. I probably have another 30 minutes and then I gotta go. Okay, yes. So now we have this bigger square, hopefully. And so all we gotta do here is instead of x base minus, we just say min.x. And all of this is gonna be min.y. And this one's gonna be a little interesting. This is gonna be max x minus min x, and this is going to be max y minus min y. And it's all like, hey man, you need to like actually specify something. So I'm like, okay, math f floor. Yeah, it's pretty annoying. Alright, let's just do this. x1 y1, let's just say xy, because I don't think I actually have that. And then this is going to be with height. With height. Okay, and what I'm actually going to do here is we're going to, the width and the height will round, the x and the y will floor, if that makes sense. So x is going to equal, oh yeah, it might help if I do this. Int x is going to equal, this is going to be an int, math f dot floor, yep, min dot x and min dot y. So we got the two, we got x and y. Now we need the width, so and it's got to be an int, unfortunately. So int, and just because it's a grid, right? So that's the reason it has to be a floor. So we're going to round max.x minus min.x, and int height is going to just be the same thing except with y's. There you go. So we got the floors of x and y, and then the rounded x widths and height, and then it's able to easily get the you know what I'm saying, the blah blah blah. it's easily gonna get the width and height. I forgot what I was talking about. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Okay, so we got heights. Heights is the reason we did all that code is to get heights, and so heights is all together. And I don't know why it dies. So, yeesh. All right, I can't name this width and height, so let's go ahead and name it something else. Let's just call this. I don't know. We should name this something else. Let me just put arg. Arg can't believe the stream died. Okay. So we're back. We're back, baby. So, okay, I gotta name this something else. We'll just call this with the points, I guess. I have nothing better to call it right now. That's what I'm calling it. With points, height points. Alright, done. So we got the heights. And heights is now this bigger box. Okay. So this is where things are going to get a little crazier. So we have two different points. And we already know the center, and I'm going to put the center close up here. The center is going to be radius. Kind of. Yeah, I might have two centers now. Center 1 and center 2. And they're actually not going to be just radius, radius. They're going to be it's a very good question. What are they going to be? Well, we definitely got x and y, so that's good. It's going to be, if this is going to be last position dot x, I think I'm just going to say last position x minus min x. I think that's how that works. And center 2 is going to be last position dot y minus min y. Whew, man, so many vectors and craziness. And then this is going to be point on terrain dot x minus min dot x. Alright, I think it's streaming again. Arg! Alright. It's back! It's back! Thank you, Keyhard. Alright, so we got center 1, we got center 2. Awesome. We got height and width, which should just be right after these. Yep. Okay, and then we have a mask. We're starting a new mask. Oh my gosh, stop dying. Alright. Center 2 hopefully goes there. And basically I'm going to be checking if it's by center 1, fill it. If it's by center 2, fill it. The only thing I guess I worry about is that if my previous fill of center 1 and my new center, like I do one update, I do this, but then the second update this one goes down again, and so I wonder, yeah, that's gonna cause trouble, but we just need to get the code down first and then we can start fixing it. Alright, let's see what happens here. We have center 1 and center 2. Bop, bop, bop. I guess I want to make it bigger just so I can see what's going on. It's not doing what I want it to do though. Oh, I see, I see. Okay. So right now I got the mask working, but I didn't do anything with the actual digging. So definitely need to do that too. Yeah, but that shouldn't make a difference, right? Because I'm going to try to apply it to the... If I didn't have the mask, this should apply it to the entire square, right? So why is it not doing that? Else if... Yeah, you should be back again. Let's kind of make this just super obvious. And when Alright, I just wrote no like a gazillion times in the chat. No, no, no. Alright, and I wrote it a few more times. Just to make it, I don't know. Alright. Yeah, I might do that. I might just restart the streaming software, or, yeah, or something, right? Like, something's got to give. But, like, I'm not really doing much. I'll just restart the computer in a bit, too. Okay, so right now I take out the mask, so it should just make a big old box, right? So if I go over here, it's not really doing anything. Because, okay, this is what I envision. Say I have last position X, and... Okay, hold on. I think I see what's going on. So heights should be this big old thing, right? It should be heights should be something by width points by height points, right? And so it should be pretty wide and pretty high. And then we have two centers, and then we have this mask. Yeah, I don't know what's going on here. So if disk size is greater than 1, which it isn't, so it'll probably do this. I am thinking, I am thinking, I am thinking. Got the X base, the Y base, the width and the height of the terrain map. But where am I using that? Am I using that anywhere? I was using it for X base, but I'm not even using this anymore. So I wonder if I can just delete all that. Alright, cool. So we got last position, point on terrain. Oh, last position's already updated. That is the problem I'm having right now. Ah, yes. Okay, so I'm already screwing that up. Last position. Oh, nope, nope, nope. We're going to make you a vector 2. Last position. Come on, give me a better vector 2. Is last position. Alright, cool. So now we're staring at least into a temporary variable. And so last position is going to be this. And then we don't have to worry about it anymore, right? Oh yeah, one more time, and on the center. Alright, cool. So now they're not the same thing. And that was what the problem was. I'm basically just trying to make a big old box from like 2 points I click. So if I click here, oh gosh, what? I'm trying to access out of bounds terrain stuff, which I figured I might be accidentally doing that. So I have last point dot x minus radius. Oh, last position. Yeah, that is not right either. But the good news is now I can just make a new variable so that it's not crazy. Public vector 2 last point on terrain. Awesome. So just somewhere at the end we can say set the data, and then we can say point on terrain equals last point on terrain. Hey, I thought you were a variable already. Why did that screw up? Public last point on terrain. Oh, because I did it the other way around. Point on terrain is now equal to the last point on terrain. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. And so now I'm going to do just something else, and I know this is going to be wrong for now, but if vector 2, nope, 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 if last point on terrain equals vector 2.0, basically ignore this whole function. Just so I don't get like something always from 0, 0. Oops. Yep. I know what you're saying, and I totally forgot to update everything. Alright. Yeah, everything else should be fine, because that was previous errors. Okay, cool. So let's go here, here, here. Oh. I'm not getting anything. So stuff is wrong, but at least I feel more confident in what I'm doing. Oh, it's not updating last point on terrain? I wonder why. Oh, because vector 2, it's never going to even get to the function because last point on terrain is always going to be 0, 0. But I tell you this, I can fix it. And here's my fix. This is very patchy work. This is not very good coding. So yeah, keep an eye out on your last point on terrain. Okay, some other stuff is happening. keeps going down. So wait till I connect. Maybe I can just say, maybe I can type this in twice. But I probably won't be streaming at this time very often anymore. Okay, X or Y base out of bounds. Setting up 3x3 while map is, I don't know what you're saying. 3x3 is fine. Oh, when I'm trying to set it back. Oh, because yeah. I'm not setting it to what I got. That's a problem. I'm glad it did error out there. So that means we're getting close. We're getting to at least that line of code. Oops, did I screw something else up? Oh, you just need X and Y. Alright, cool. What else? Oh, and the actual, the array. Heights. Alright, so that should be it. Clear out my console. Go here. I know it wants to work. It definitely wants to work, right? Last position and last point on the train are like the same thing. So that's not very reassuring, for me at least. Or maybe it is, I don't know. Yeah, it could be. Yeah, that's the threshold. If last position, point on terrain. We actually do all of this. We actually get here. We even get to, like, really, we get here. So we even got the mask. We even passed the mask. We're looping through the entire array, and it should just go up by, like, I should be able to just comment most of this out, right? Up to like here, I guess. I'm not even really using that right now because I comment that part out, so all we're doing is we're getting position.x minus radius. Yep. Yeah, that should be working fine. But it's not. It's not affecting the terrain at all. I wonder if it's affecting it anywhere. Like maybe I have some kind of wrong thing set. Just want to make sure I'm not like screwing up the terrain somewhere by clicking everywhere. Alright. So let's see what I am not doing. Looping through. Alright, let's get the height and the width right quick. Debug.log heights width plus a comment plus heights height. What do you got for me? Maybe nothing right up front, but when I hit tab, what do you have for me? Yep, 5 by 5. That should be fine. Alright, so 5 by 5 is the right numbers. So you loop through this 5 times by 5 times. You check the heights. You subtract the dig rate, which is a number for sure. It's not just 0. And then you set the data to that height. I guess the other thing I want to know is just everything. Go ahead. X plus X plus Y plus Y plus, and then I'll just put dash dash plus. Okay, so all of that. What happens? What is this? X is 22, Y is 21. That makes sense, I think. Yeah, I mean, I think that all makes sense. So what am I missing? X, Y, let's try width and height, and just to make sure everything is set. I'm gonna just take you out. I'm gonna put width points, which can now be just width, and height points, which can now just be height. Height, width. Alright, cool. So we got X, Y, width, and height. Let's go. Where's my log? Oh, there it is. So I click like here, I click way over here. It should be like a big number for X. Yeah. So yeah, that's all. It's all there. That's making sense, I think. And I have to go pretty soon, but let's just go. Heights. Yes. So that part makes sense to me. I got no reservations about that. Max S minus. Yep. And 5 by 5. It's just not actually. And you're going IJ, heights IJ, subtract dig rate. And then you set the terrain data to X, Y, heights. And then get the last point on terrain, but even so, I can just kind of comment that out. I can comment all of this out. In fact, yeah, that looks fine. That all looks fine. I feel like I'm tearing up all this code, but I just need to figure out what's going on. Even this, yes, come on, let's go ahead. Point on terrain, here we go. There's our debug. Yeah, this has got to work. I don't know why this isn't working. Saving that, going here. Even if I go to input first person, which I think is the only other thing up here, we're going to take out this down. So basically I should be able to drag my mouse around and it should just do everything I hope it does. Alright, yep, sorry, wrong screen. Let's just get over here if we can. Whoa, trying to access bounds outside. Okay, but we should have a log of what it's trying to access, right? Right? I guess not. We can put that above there. Here we go. Here we go. So you're saying -3, 3. Yeah, that's not right. 36, 31 is the width and the height. So what's going on here? Last point on terrain is not being updated, and that needs to be updated. That's how this whole thing works. So, alright, good call, good call. Let's do this again. So that's an important line of code. Nothing's happening, right? Like I'm doing this and nothing's happening. Alright, so that's going. Heights is being updated, right? Yep, heights IJ. It is being updated. I'm going to do something stupid, and I'm going to regret it. But we're going to make this go to max height. I see it happening. It's down there. So we can totally, should be able to see it over there. Oops, I gotta zoom out a little bit. Oh, no, wrong way. This way. There it is. So it's hitting just this one spot for some reason. Okay, and what is this spot? Okay, this is probably here.x minus game object. Yeah, so that's good. That is going to be the point on terrain. Yeah, so we're not really taking any height map stuff into account, I see. And I guess that is important. We gotta actually get the phew, yeah, I see. We really should be looking at the 512 by 512. So if I go back to control terrain dig, our old script, we basically get the width and the height of the terrain dig, and that's what I need to do. I need to get the point on terrain. All of this is going to be our x, and all of this is going to be our y. So yeah, I totally did not do that, and that was my bad. But now I understand, and that's good. I just screwed up. So okay, let's just keep going then. So it's not really the point on terrain. This is more of, yeah, I mean, this is the point in terrain in Unity units. So we need to get the point on terrain. I could almost, yeah, no, I could almost, but I won't. You're going to be math.floor.x. Yeah, you don't, I can even do more stuff. Alright, so we have min x. So that is the x in Unity units. We're going to divide that by the data size. So basically the 512, so whatever you are divided by 512. No, not even that. I think it's divided by the 60 times the width of the map, which is going to be this crazy thing. And then we'll just do that crazy thing again with this. And so this is going to be the size of the map, I mean the size of the terrain in y, and this is going to be size of the height map height. And so this is going to be even crazier. This is going to be the width is going to be that whole thing divided by x. I think I still just do that, right? I think. Yeah, I hope so. We'll see. We'll see if that was the fix. Alright, what time is it? It's 4:40. Yeah, I really gotta go. 284, 11169. 284 seems fine. This 1169 is probably not right. And that is because min y divided by this times terrain. Yeah, so that should be okay. What's min y? Min y was the last point on terrain minus radius, or the point terrain minus radius. And radius is, oh, radius first of all is I don't even think that's right. Don't worry about these radii. Whew, I'm losing it. So I gotta stop. I think I gotta take a break because my friend's coming. And I need just a minute or two to use the restroom and stuff. Alright, so I'm gonna take this whole thing minus radius. And I'm just gonna say plus dig size. I hope that's good. Nope, still getting weird values. Yep, I am going crazy. Alright, I'm gonna revisit this code in just a bit. I gotta go see a friend, but I'll come back and I'll just I'll pick up right where I left off, because I'll just kind of keep this on the same stream, so it should be fine. But I'll close this up for now. So I'll be right back, probably in an hour or so, to finish up this. Hey, what's up? I know it's like way later, but I decided to finish off the stream because I turned on the computer and here everything was ready for me to fix it, and I just haven't got there yet. So we'll go ahead and fix it. So I remember the problem was that we're trying to draw, and the thing was it was drawing here in the corner. It wasn't actually drawing here on the map. And I think that has something to do with us drawing in Unity units and not necessarily in height map units. So that is what we're doing. So now that I'm kind of refreshed and rejuvenated, let's go ahead and try to do this in height map units. Okay. And I just restarted the counter, so we're still at like an hour and 5 minutes. We'll try to keep this under, I don't know, what, 20 minutes, 30 minutes? Just so this whole stream is under 2 hours. Okay, here we go. So I'm just going to go down this code. Alright, so the point on the terrain, and I'm just going to go straight from the top down. The point on the terrain is wherever we clicked, minus wherever the position is. So it's going to be basically a number between like negative, I think 25, 25, all the way up to 25, 25. So that's cool, and that's legit. So the last point on terrain is vector 0. If it's a vector 0, then go ahead and record the new vector and then return. And then last position is going to be the last point on terrain, which is okay. Yeah. I don't know what I'm doing here. I don't know why I have two different things here. So I am going to say, yeah, I don't know. I'm sorry. This is kind of last position. If it's 0, then basically just say, hey, last position's vector is point on terrain. Okay. And then return. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, sorry. Okay, and then radius is, we'll worry about that in just a second. So now we're going to get the minimum. Shoot, let's not even worry about the minimum. Not yet, at least. We're going to get the radius in knots. I'm trying to think of how I'm going to phrase this. We got point on terrain. Now I want to get like the point on height map. And maybe I should really, yeah, let's just do that right now. So vector to point on height map. And so this is going to be something slightly different. And this is actually going to be point on height map.x is going to be the point on terrain .x. So this is a number between 0 and 50, I think. 50 Yeah. Okay. So point on terrain is going to be between 0 and 50. So the point on height map should be a number between 0 and 512 or 511. One of those two numbers. So that's going to be, if I take the point on terrain, which is number 0 to 50, divided by the terrain data.size.x, which is going to be 512, and we'll times that by the terrain data height map width. So if we do that, we'll get a number between 0 and 512. So that should be fine. And then we just do the same thing for point on height map y. Okay. So far that's cool. We got a point between 0 and 512 for the current point. And let's go ahead and get point on height map and last point on height map. And so last point on height map will be, let's do this last. So last point on height map would be same kind of thing. Last point on last point on height map dot x equals last position dot x divided by terrain data dot size dot x times this thing, terrain data dot height map width. And then we kind of just do the same thing for the y. I think I could just copy most of that, right? And then instead of point on terrain, we're going to use last position. Okay, so we got last point on height map is going to be this. Okay, so we got point on height map and last point on height map. Now we can go ahead and set the last position equal to point on terrain, and we can start doing some other stuff. So the radius, instead of dig size, the radius is still dig size. Okay, cool. And half int dig size. So that stuff stays the same. All right. So now we're gonna get the minimums, right? So it's either last point on a height map or point on height map. So we're gonna get the minimum and maximums of that. Okay. So now we have some number between 0 and 512. And now I'm going to kind of just take all that away. Min.x. This is going to be min.y. This is going to be max x minus min x. Alright. I think that's good. Oh, I need a different... okay. Oops. I'm trying to go back to what this all was. Something like this, right? Cool. Alright, and I think the rest of this should be fine, and this should make some kind of box thing. So let's go ahead and try to play this. Oops, wrong screen. Let's go here. I'm going to move this over just a bit. Alright, so here we go. I'm going to move here, tab it over, tap there, tap there. What's happening? Out of bounds terrain area. Width and height are 0 for some reason. So something's wrong here. So I'm going to close this out, stop this. Let's go figure out what's going on. Test stream. Our width and height are not exactly what we want. Min plus max. What happens if we do that? I'm just curious. Play that. Wait, where's our... Okay, here we go. 259. Yeah, these numbers are too big for our min and our max. So something else is going on. What's our player look like? Not our player, our terrain. 25 and 23. It shouldn't be more than 20. Yeah, it can't be more than 25. So 25 divided by 512. So I said 25.334 divided by 512 times, oh no, it's not that. Sorry. 25.334 divided by 50 times 512 should be 259. And then if we look at the console, that's right. Okay, so the next part is 23.685 divided by 50 times 512. Should be 242. That's not what I'm getting there. So something's wrong with the height. So let's try it. Let's look at the height. Terrain point on y divided by terrain point on terrain size y. And let's point on terrain. Yeah, okay. Times terrain dot terrain data dot height map height, right? Let me. What I got to do is delete this because I don't want. I'm probably mixing those up down here somewhere. Yeah, I don't need to do any of that. Okay. So we got last point on height map, point on height map. So that'd be last position. Yep. So it's crashing somewhere around here. Let's oh yeah, I still got it. 23. I don't know, I'm still trying to figure this out. Size.y. That makes sense, right? Terrain point on terrain dot y. And I'm not doing anything crazy, right? Here dot z. Am I using the right one? Point on terrain. Yes. Z is now the y. That makes sense. So point on terrain looks fine. Last position I'm not even worried about right now. Gosh, yeah, let's not even worry about last point on terrain right now. Just comment all that out. We are not here for any of that. Not even the radius. Not any of this. We are gonna have to specify these. Okay, so this could be point on height map dot x, and we're gonna go ahead and say point on height map dot y, and yeah, I'm thinking maybe I don't even need to do any of that. Let's see. Just comment all these out for now. Comment. Okay. Yeah, we're not doing any of that right now. Just for now, if you do not mind. Wait, where are you getting width and height? Oh, width and height are also public. We don't need you guys. Oops. We don't need a width, a height, x base, or y base. All that stuff can be gone. That's okay. Just to make it even more okay, I'll just go ahead and comment you out. So we have point on height map, blah blah. Just so this could be even better, let's do heights equal terrain dot terrain data dot get heights get heights x, y, not even that, point on height map dot x, point on height map dot y, dig size, dig size, dig size, dig size. Okay, cool. And then we can comment this out. Oh, we got to make this an int, no problem. Int, int, and then we kind of got to just do the same thing here. So I'm going to say terrain dot set heights int, and then instead of dig size we just use the heights array. Heights. Okay, so that should make some kind of square, I think. And I don't know if I just wait for it. Should I just try it here? Trying to access out of bounds. Oh, we still need our debug though. Oh, actually we can just see it here. So we got last point. Okay. Alright, let's do some other stuff right quick. You know what? I think this is supposed to be .z. And that is what makes all the difference. That is what's going to make all the difference. This whole code was just another .y.z issue. Bam. Okay, so that's working. That z is what, yeah, that's what was hurting us. Okay, awesome. Don't forget to make this .z is what you're telling me. Alright, so we got point on height map, last point on height map, last position now you can set, float is going to be that, that's going to be that, vector 2, min, max, all this is going to be good now. I think all this is going to be fine. Delete this line, uncomment that line, I'll get there. Delete this line and uncomment this line. Alright, so now we should have even a different behavior. So I clicked there. Now if I click down here, it should make a box like from there down to this corner. Yes. And now if I click here to here, it's going to make another box from here to that corner. Awesome. Okay, good to know. Looking good. So that part's working fine. Now let's get our centers, or let's not go so crazy, I guess. So what am I doing? How am I doing that? I'm just saying heights minus dig map. Oh, I said 1, and that's why that's happening. So if I did 0, now it should just go up based on what I'm doing. Alright, so that's the last spot. If I click here, it should make another. Yeah. Yeah, okay, so it's making boxes, which is exactly what I want for now. Alright, now I'm going to take off this mask, and let's see what happens. So we're getting the center, and the center is going to be basically last point on height map. Last point on height map. And point on height, point on terrain, and point on terrain. No, we need point on height map. Yep, point on height map, point on height map. So now we got center 1, center 2. Here's our mask. Control K, Control U. Awesome. So we got a mask, heights width, heights height, dig size. So okay, the distance between that and yeah, I think that's all I need to do. So now this should be making, I guess, 2 circles. I guess. I don't exactly know. Is that circular though? I guess that's the other thing I need to see. Uh-oh. Maybe. I can't tell. Oh, it's not, because I didn't uncomment this out. Alright, so now we have the mask going. Oops. Almost going. Okay. So our script's here. Good. Something weird's happening. It's not. There's an error in my code, obviously. So okay, let's think about what we're doing. Okay, so the mask, we're saying, hey, if so we have last point on height map dot x minus min dot x. So basically, min dot x is the minimum. Is basically the top left or the bottom. I think it's the bottom left. And then we got last point on height map, which is yeah, I think that's right. Yeah, sorry, just thinking. Center 1. I wish there was a way I could draw something on center 1. Maybe I can kind of draw. Can we draw a line? Debug dot draw line between center 1 and center 2. What would happen if I did that? Close this out. Go close to player. You're not really drawing a line for me, are you? Well, alright, so I feel like this is good. So I'm going to delete that debug. Debug.log center 1 plus, we'll just put a line plus, plus center 2. Alright. Help me out, buddy. Refresh everything, zoom back here. Okay, here we go. Okay. I feel like the box is working fine. So we're getting a good min x, min y, max x, max y. So I think that's okay. Where am I missing? I don't know what I'm missing here. Yeah, I wish I could draw some more debug stuff on top of it, and maybe I'll still try. So this is what I'm thinking went wrong when I did the draw line. I think I gotta draw a line, and I'm gonna just do new vectors. New vector 3. The x is gonna be, gosh, alright, let's just do it. Center 1 dot x. Let's just make this like 3 height or 2 height, even 1 height, and then center 2 dot y, center 1 dot y, and then our second vector is going to be something similar but not quite. Basically just the 2's. Maybe that will be the right lines we can draw. You should be drawing a line, but I don't think you are. Anyway, let's see. I'm trying to figure it out. I'm trying. Um, I think the only way we're going to actually get this going is if we say, hey, min plus this thing plus max plus what's the plus there? This thing again plus. Alright, min pipe max pipe center 1 pipe center 2. Alright, tell me what happens. Refresh, zoom in a little bit so you can tell me you refreshed. I'll zoom out here. Okay, 438. But the centers are always 0, 0. Is that right? Oh yeah, I see, because I have this input first person on down still. So I need to, not on down. So instead of get button, say get button down down, so I can kind of just tap and see what's going on. Alright, so it's going to zoom in. I'll zoom out a bit. Okay, click, click. So this is the min 0, 0, 16, 23, 0, 0. It's weird that the mins have always yeah, I'm a little confused. And the reason I'm confused is because I'm thinking. I see. So really my mins should be minus radius plus radius plus radius. So we can get the min of either of those minus the radius plus either of those and get the radius. And so at least we'll have 2 points. That makes sense, because you don't want just that point. You want the point minus a whole radius so you can get the whole circle. Alright, so we got the int. Good. Got the width, the height, which is good. And then that's the heights. Yeah. Whew. Last point on x minus min x, which is going to be, this could be 0. This could be, well actually now this is guaranteed not to be 0 because we're minusing the radius. Okay. So it should be at least what, 0.5? I mean not 0.5, 5 or something higher. And this, yeah, okay. I think that makes sense. So if I go here, hopefully everything kind of refreshes, recompiles. Okay. So I'm going to click here first, and then here next. Then, is it something off with the... Oh no! I'm going to start from scratch somewhere else. Alright, so let's go over here. Here first. Here next. And then here next. Here next. Here next. Here next. I want to go around my cursor. It doesn't seem to be doing that. I know this is going to be silly, but I really need this for debugging purposes. I have this heights. going to do right away is I'm going to make another float called debug height, and it's just going to be a new float array of heights width, heights width, and height. So it's all zeros, and then just for every value we're going to just make it like 0.1. We're going to have this kind of lifted platform. Just want to make sure that is working, and then we can do some other stuff. So basically I'm drawing the box on the ground. Oh, the box is working. Maybe it's not 0.1, it's like 0.6, I think. And let's just make it even smaller, like 0.55. Oh, I didn't hit play. Alright, so we're going to play this. I think my camera's acting up. Why are you acting up, camera? Too much CPU, I guess. Alright, here we go. So click here. Click here. Alright, so it makes this block, right? And the block seems fine. The block is acting just like we want it to. So it's here, and if we click here, I'll make a block from there to there. Yeah, that makes sense. That part seems to be working fine. The block part looks good. Still think it's too high. So what I'm going to do is in the code, I'm going to hard code it to like 5.1. So this is definitely hard coding. Okay, that looks good. Hit play. Okay, here we go. This looks good. Yeah, that seems fine. It's just lifting it up a little bit, and we're here. Go up here. That makes the block there. Awesome. And then we can kind of just keep making this flat platform. Alright, cool. Alright, that looks good. And then we go here, here, here. So it's, but you see, the part that's going down is not exactly the part I want it to go down on. And that has something to do with the centers. I'm not doing it right for some reason. So I'm sure I got the min and max right. I think I'm just doing the wrong algebra here. So, okay, if I wanted to get, say I just wanted to do one center. Screw center 2 for right now. Oh, actually, just do center 2. Don't do center 1. So if I said center 2 here, make the mask 1. Else, leave it 0. I'll just make this 1 for now, just so if I just uncomment it and forget to change it, that's okay. What is taking up all my processor? I'm going to just check that out right quick. So we got processes, open broadcast taking 39. Let me go to details. Something else has got to be Unity job process. Something on Unity is totally eating up everything. I'm going to close out Unity in this right quick. Please save it. Lord. Anything else? System idle process, that's okay. Yeah, alright, so let's open up Unity again. Whew, man, wearing these glasses all day is giving me a headache. Alright, so it's baking and doing its good stuff. Yeah, I don't know what Unity's doing. I'm going to let it go, though. I won't affect it too much. But I'll close some things, too. Close this out. I'll close source tree out for now. Yeah, come on, Unity, do your thing. I'll even close this out. Um, Alright, whatever. I will let it, maybe it just doesn't want to do whatever it's doing. There we go. There we go. Alright, it just needs to refresh or something. Alright, so we should be back doing our thing. Alright, so tab, go over here. If I click here and then here, yeah, we make this lift by 0.1. That's good. I just don't think the two edges are going very far. So the other thing I want to change is, look, my dig rate, let's go ahead and make it 0.2. That way we can plainly see where it's digging. So if I go one more time, click here, we can see, okay, it definitely dug here and like somewhere else, in like there. I think it just did it twice. Here, here, here. It's putting it somewhere totally different, I think. I just don't know where. Oh, right now it's only doing center 2. That's right. So center 2 seems to be, oh, it doesn't always work. You see, I did it up there, it didn't work. Sideways it works. Sideways it works. How about down? Down it works. Let's go way over here. Okay. So sideways, sideways, sideways up, sideways down. Sideways down, but sideways up doesn't work. So that's where it's kind of missing the mark. So let's figure out what's going on. Oh, I must have closed Visual Studio. So, alright, let me see how much time we got to. Alright, we're at 1:40. We just can go a little bit longer, so let's go. Oh, shoot. I noticed that instead of the... instead of my processes, you're seeing my okay, anyway. Yeah, it's definitely our logic, and it's definitely in Visual Studio, and it's definitely on Terrain Actions. And my CPU is just going berserk. So sorry about that. I think the problem is here when we're deciding where the center is. So center 2, point height map dot x minus min x. Oh, and it should be printing it out, I think, on the console. Have we been seeing that? I wasn't paying attention. So, is it printing it on the console? How do I view my console? Yeah, I don't think it is, actually. Because I took it out, maybe? Maybe. Debug.log center 2, perfect. Let it reload. Has it reloaded? 2.5. It shouldn't be 2.5. It really should be 0.5.5, I think. 2.5. Oh no, 2.5 is right. So if I go up here, it might be higher. 2.511. But then if I go down here, it should be 2.5, 2.5. Yeah, so the bottom left always works fine. The top left does not work fine. The Y is off. And I guess since the Y is off, so what if I did it this way? What if I said point Y minus point, yeah, something like that. I don't think that's right, but we'll give it a shot, right? It's going negative, and you can't go negative. So it's definitely not negative. But I wonder if it's just add. Maybe. Whoa, it's adding a lot. So, okay. I very much think it is this, but I don't know. I don't know where I'm going wrong. Bottom left corner always seems to be working fine. Top left corner. Uh-oh. Is everything cool? Yeah, I think everything's cool. Top left corner, it's not fine. And it's not fine on the X? What oh, let me figure out what I'm looking at. So I'm looking at player. So yeah, we have the X and we have the Z. And I think if I look at the whole terrain in general, we have the which way is the camera facing? I guess that's number one. So player is here. He's looking, yeah, he's looking straight up. So he's looking forward, and he's looking, yeah, so left and right is X. Positive X goes that way, negative X goes that way. That makes sense. Positive Z goes this way, negative Z goes this way. So, let me just think of what's happening here. So if we get a point, we get a minimum point. The minimum point is going to be the left side of X. That's going to be X. So that, I think the X should be fine. Point on height map. Yeah, so this is 0, 0. So here, if we clicked here, let's just say this is 2, and this is 1. If we click here, this would be 2, the min would be 1. So you should be 2 minus 1, and that would be this part of the grid. Okay, I think X is okay. But it's not. We already know that, because if I click above, and above here, and above here, it doesn't quite make it to the, it's kind of shifted. So if I click way above, like here, nothing. This is confusing. Maybe I have like X and Y flipped somehow. Maybe you should be Y, and you should be X. I hope that's not the case, but it could be. Yeah, I mean, it's working perfectly now. That is just strange. Okay, so that's working perfectly. So I have the point on height maps all screwed up. But how and why? Oh man, that is annoying. Height map X, height map Y, 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 X, Y, X, Y, X, Y. Min X, min Y is X, Y with height. Length, width, 0, 1. Yeah, I guess the You have to do the height first and then the width. Maybe that's what it is. When you get the height map. Yeah, let me just look at that. Get heights right quick. Maybe that's what I'm missing. Get heights Unity. Should be the scripting API, I hope. And it's indexed as YX. You see, that's what I missed right here. Man, these little things, right? Alright, so instead of XY, it's YX, and I totally missed that. So, I prefer to keep everything XY like this, but this is how we're going to have to play it. We're going to have to do heights first, height first, and then width. Oh wait, that part doesn't really matter. What does matter is this part, where you go J, I, J, I. Might be just better to. Man, I don't want to do this, but this just might be better for now. Well, because my mind is just not. It's just not there. Okay, so we just flip the center 1 and center 2. So hopefully, if we click here and then here, and then here, here, all this seems to be working fine. Okay, now if we get the second center 1, this should also work as long as we flip the X and the Y. So now we should get like 2 holes no matter what we do. I say that, but I forgot to uncomment this code. So we're going to say center 2 and center 1. So now we have 2 masks. Basically, we have 2 circles like this, and then it should show both of them. So we go over here, click here, click here, click here. Yeah, so now it'll always have like a second, the initial hole and the extra hole. Cool. Okay, so that's working fine. We finally have the 2 centers. So I guess instead of hard coding it like we are doing, are we hard coding it? I think so. Why do I feel like we're hard coding it? Because of this code. And then also on terrain, we have this dig rate to be 0.1 is what I had before. Where's Unity? Here it is. Alright, play that. Alright, this is going to be a little weird because there's going to be no box and it's only going to dig a little bit. So if I click here and here, and then this will go down a little more, and then another hole should go. And then this will go down a little more, and another hole should show. Yeah. Alright, great. Okay. So this is basically check 1, this is check 2, and then we'll have check 3. And that should be it. Alright, so let's do check 3. So check 3 will be else if something else. Vector, okay, so we got to do like line distance. Alright, so the line distance. If I look on my OneNote, we have this. I was thinking about getting that, but I don't think I need that. I think I just need what I have here. I need to zoom that in because I can't see it. Alright, here we go. If line passes through 2 points, then the distance will be this. Okay. So, the distance will be, this is point 2 and point 1. So we have center 2 and center 1, right? So that shouldn't be too hard to duplicate. Check line distance between center 1, center 2, point, new vector 2, ij. And then that will also do ij equals 1. And then we need this function. And this function is going to be center 1, center 2, point. We're going to make you a float. We're going to name you, we're going to say get line distance. Get line distance. Thought we did it. Get line distance. And then we're going to return some number. For now it's b0, but we'll get it. First we're going to get the deltas. So vector 2 delta equals vector 2 delta. Delta dot x equals center 1 center 1 dot x. Let's just do it the same way they got it. Center 2 dot x minus center 1 dot x. No problem. Delta y equals center 1 dot y minus center 2 dot y. So we got this, we got the y's, the x, and then x2. Okay, so this is what the formula is so far. We're going to say float numerator equals math f dot absolute value of delta y times point dot x minus delta x times point dot y plus center 2 dot x times center 1 dot y minus center 2 dot y times center 1 dot x. Oof. I think that's it. Float denominator, I don't know how to spell it. Math f dot absolute, but I can almost guarantee that's wrong. And it's not absolute value, it's math dot square root. We're going to have delta dot y, let's just go math f dot pow. Or can I just do the up to? So we'll say delta dot y up to plus delta dot x. 2. What are you telling me? Can't do it to a float, no problem. mathf.pow do you, comma 2, and then I'm just gonna do the same thing with the x. And then all we gotta do is return numerator divided by denominator. That's the get line distance formula. Okay, so we got get line distance. It's not quite a... So we're going to say, hey, if the line distance is less than radius, go for it. And hopefully... And there's another thing we got to check for too, but I won't do that yet. And if I just go to my notepad, oops, it's here already. If I zoom out just a bit, go over here. I also got to check if this point, whatever I'm looking at, is less than the C2. So anyway, it's going to basically be a line like here to here. So I need to make, so this is the last point I want to get on each of these. So so first I just check the distance from the line, and then I got to make sure that you are within both of the yeah, I gotta make sure you're within both of the tangents, basically. Are you within this tangent and this tangent? If so, you're good. Because here, yeah, you're both. Yeah, I think that's it. Whew, okay, gosh, I'm scared to test this one. But hopefully it works. Alright, so dot here. So now if I do another dot, it should make a line. Nope. This is not making lines. So we're screwing something up. Center X, center Y. Let me just make sure I'm using the right formula. Delta Y, point X, delta X, point Y, 2, 1, 1, 2. 2, 1, 1, 2. Yeah, 2, 1, 1, 2. 2, 1, and if I was to just put X and Y's together the right way, should be times 1, 2. Yeah, like that. And it's minus plus minus. So it'd be minus plus minus. Yep. And then the absolute value of all that over the square root of delta y plus square root. Okay, yeah, that seems fine. Whew, my head's about to explode. Too much math. Okay, that's just unreachable code. Alright, numerator divided by denominator. Awesome. Say less than and equal to radius, maybe. How's Unity looking? How's my terrain looking? 0.01. Yeah, that should be fine. Yeah, that one drew fine. Funny, when you draw like up and left, yeah. Some of them seem to be working okay. just can't place it. Which one works okay? Yeah, there we go. Like that seemed to work fine. That seemed to work fine. Interesting. Let's look at the code some more. In fact, let me go ahead and start making some brackets here. Yep. Yep. Okay, so basically, if you're here, do that. Else if you're here, do that. Maybe I wasn't going through everything exactly the way it should have gone through. I just wanted to make sure my brackets weren't the reason this was failing. Okay, so click here, click here. Nope. It's still just not making lines, except very particular cases. Yeah, there's one line. Why? Why is it just sometimes? I don't understand. Straight down it seems to be okay. Yeah, like I see that. That totally made a line. Straight down seems to be fine. Up. Oh, straight up seems to be okay too. It's just at a certain angle. Doesn't want to do it anymore. Up is okay. Down is okay. Kind of vertical is okay. It's like just a little bit off the sides it makes the line. But if you're too far off to the side, it won't do it anymore. Like that won't do it. If I click up here, then click down here, click up there, click here, click up here, click down here, up here. I don't know. Trying to figure it out. Alright, well, maybe it has something to do with all this being switched. So this is what I'm doing. Just switching everything. That doesn't matter at the bottom. Here we go. We're gonna give this another shot. We switched everything in the formula. Maybe that's the key. I don't think that's the key. I don't know. I don't know what to do at this point. I think my get line distance might not be the right thing. I'm just going to make these all if statements. And just right below here, I'm going to say debug log, basically this exact same thing. Oops. Tell me what value are you getting. I guess for every I and j. Geez, that's going to be a long old print, but that's okay. I need to know. I plus comma plus j plus, we'll just say like this, equals that crazy thing. To be like crazy, but I need to know. Click here, click there. Should print out a whole bunch of values. Alright, more than I even want to know, I guess. Actually, go ahead and clear this. We know that's the next place I clicked. If I just clicked right next to it, what would happen? Okay, at 0, 0, you're 3 units. At 0, 1, you're 3.4 units. At 0, 2, you're 3.2 units. Yeah, I don't get it. Okay, I don't know what I'm doing there either. Okay, 0 is, that's the min and the max, right? Or just the min? I don't remember what that was. Okay, anyway, at 0, 0, you're 2.6 from the line. At 0, 1, you're 1.6 from the line. And just to mind you, 2.5 is the radius. 0, 2, 0, 3, 0, 4. Oh man, I need a better way to debug this. Alright, anyway. Oh, it's 2 hours and 9 minutes, so I'm gonna go, y'all. Thanks for having me. I'm gonna go. Thank you for just watching me do programming and trying to get through this. I'll stream some more later, maybe tomorrow. Thanks.